everybody, this is Gary Dean, and this is our nightly video report for Monday, October 24th, 2016. So the markets did what they normally do, and that is gapping up in really the first 30 minutes, that being the actual high of the day, and it came pretty close to doing exactly that. And something that I had mentioned last night or yesterday when I did the video report was that we were running into this resistance right here. So the bulls were here, and I said that they were going to, run into some serious resistance. And I said typically what they do is they gap over it. Well, we've seen them do it. Here they gapped over it. We saw them do it here. They gapped over it. Our resistance was right in this area here. They gapped over. Every one of them failed. So is this one going to be the one that works? I don't think so, for the main reason that I don't care how you slice this. I don't think people are going to be rushing in to put new money into this market when there's this uncertainty of the elections, even though the news media is, pretty much declaring Hillary Clinton the next president. There's a lot of reasons to believe that it's not as cut and dry as everybody is, assuming it is. And I mean, one of the reasons would be just looking at the stock market. Like I said, we'd probably be at new all-time highs right now if it was a sure thing. I just say look at Brexit. They did the same exact thing there where, they were polling only the people that wanted to stay and made it, basically the elites that were there, and made it look like it was a blowout where, Britain was going to be staying in the EU, and that was it. And when all of a sudden the real people came out and voted, they lost by I think 9 points. And it took the market by surprise, took everyone by surprise, but it really wasn't a surprise because they were just they were polling the people that were, basically saying they wanted to stay. So the same type of thing is going on right now. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up isn't for political reasons. It's just that there's still that uncertainty out there. And that's why, they can throw all these gap ups they want or gap higher and run it even a little bit higher than they are right now. I still think the safer trade would be to short these rallies because it's not going to catch any wind until there's certainty, and there's just way too much uncertainty that's out there right now to be able to do it. So you take these these rallies with a grain of salt and say, okay, go ahead. So you moved it up 10 points. 12 of those points were at the open, and from there it never got higher. And every time we've seen that, we've seen them give all the gains back. So right now, I didn't take anything for the reason that, I want to make sure that it's, things are going to stop. And I would actually, believe it or not, like to be shorting someplace up at this 2158, or even have them close this gap here at the 2162 and short there, and then use the 2170 or use the 2175 as my stop. So if they get up here, this is just another issue that the bulls are going to run into, is as they get up here and they start running into the heavy resistance right up here, the bears or the shorts are going to come out, start shorting, and then just peg where their stops are going to be. So they're going to have to push all this up here with new money because they're not going to be able to squeeze anybody until they start getting above these levels here. And like I said, I just don't think that there's a lot of people that are willing to throw that much cash out ahead of these elections when there's this uncertainty that's out there right now. So if the bulls can get above this 2154, which I had to pivot at 2153, so I said if you were looking to build a short position, just use the pivots that I have, and that was one of them, and that was actually pretty close to the high of the day. So if they push above this, then most likely we're going to see them go to the 2158 or this 2162 area. And if they get above that, then they may come up to here. To me, we're most likely going to get some bearish divergences that are going to form. Right now, it's not sure because you can see we're not really leveling off. It's not as high right here. And if it starts to go down, then that's going to be a solid bearish divergence in place. But we're really, really overbought right now with momentum. And like I've been saying, it's anybody that's been holding on for the home run trades has gotten very, very frustrated, and that's both on the long side and the short side. You have to take your profits quick, and that's really it. So my game plan is this, is that if they do push it above here tomorrow, I'm going to probably start building a position and get it, try to get my last short position as high as I can, and then I'm just going to put my stops right here. And if you want to give it a little more room, then you just put it above the 2180. That's totally up to you. But you can see that the risk reward is would be there for a short trade, because you're only risking not even 1% on the upside. But if this is just a bear flag right here and we're going to head down, then we could be looking at a real nice gain. So the risk reward is on the short side, and that's what I'm going to be looking at right now. Pretty overbought on the SMI. If we look at the daily chart, the one thing that stands out here, 2159 is also the moving average that we've been trading below it. So maybe they come a little bit above it, close the gap, and then from there come down, because I'm still looking at this as your A. Then this is just an A, B, and this may be a C that comes up here. But whatever it is, it's still an A, and whether we need to come back up and make a B, but wave C should come down. And like I said, looking anywhere down near this 21, I'm at the 2075 down to the 2140 area is not out of the question. It's just it's difficult to give you the exact roadmap it's going to take, because things are a little uncertain right now, and that's why I've been actually saying each night that you really, really, really want to just make small trades. If you're looking for a big swing trade, just lower it to, when you have profits, take some off and put a stop. And don't look for, the home run trades, because I just don't see it coming right now. So 2159 going to be pretty tough to get through. If it does, then we're probably looking at a closing of the gap at a 2162. 15-minute chart. You can see this 2158 is a 78% retracement from this high to this low. So that's another little resistance. And if they get through it, then we're probably going to see them come up and close the gap or test this high right here, which is the 2170. So finally, on the 5-minute chart here, you can see we don't really have the bearish divergences in place. So that leaves the door open that we could open up and take out these highs right here. And as we know, if they're going to do that, then most likely they're going to be doing it in a gap up fashion, but that's not guaranteed on that. But in any case, we don't have the bearish divergences in place, so that leaves the door open for another push up. And like I said, this gap right here would make sense, and maybe it might be a place that wouldn't be a bad place to get short, and then just put the stop above here, and your risk reward is going to be there. It's going to be pretty nice. So what the bears have to do is get it through this 2143 now. This is going to be, if they get through there, then we're going to see panic selling, and again, probably come down and test these lows right here. So like I've been saying, that the uncertainty with the elections, I just think that that's going to put a lid on any rally, so you can short rallies, and I think it's going to put a floor under any hard drops, so you might be able to buy dips. But it's a very, very uncertain environment right now, and that usually opens the door for some shockers, and whether it be to the upside or to the downside, we'll see. I think it's going to be more to the downside, but I'm going to stay open-minded with things and not marry the short side. But we'll see what plays out. So with that, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and have a great night.